Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. Sorry it's been a long time coming. I made my first video on this channel. I think it was like probably like 3 weeks ago. Um, I had initially planned on making these videos like once a week, but I guess I didn't take into account that life happens and kind of throws you on your ass. But with that being said, this video is going to be about life versus then, or life then versus now. Sorry, I have some talking points here because I know I will forget because I am forgetful, I guess. Um, so I'm just kind of going to put another disclaimer out there that I know that by looking at me and watching my videos, yes, I'm still morbidly obese, I guess. Um, Although I have lost 80 pounds naturally, and I plan to continue to lose weight, but I just want to share my journey thus far and how my life has changed. So, yes. Anyways, so life then is a day in my life. I would probably wake up, and so before my weight loss journey, I was working a job like I was working in a cafeteria and I was a cashier, and my hours would range roughly around like I think I worked like 4:30 to like 9:30, so it wasn't a very long shift at all. But so I would wake up probably roughly around like 11 o'clock. The first thing I would do as soon as I woke up is I'd be like, oh my God, I'm so hungry. And I would eat breakfast, which my breakfast was probably like equivalent to like a dinner that I would eat now because I didn't really eat breakfast food for breakfast. I would eat like leftover, like if there was like a leftover steak or, um, I would just something quick and I just microwave it. It was bad. It was really bad. My portions were way out of control, but I liked food and that was what I did. So I would eat breakfast and then I would go to work, and I really did like my job in the cafeteria. I really, really did, but I kind of felt like I didn't necessarily belong, and I don't know if it was because I was bigger or just my personality was so out there and weird, but I just kind of felt constantly judged. Like, I had somebody at work. So when I worked in the cafeteria, or while working in the cafeteria, I kind of developed a really bad foot problem. It's plantar fasciitis, and if you don't know what that means, it's so your foot is flat or whatever, and so like where it dips down, right there where it would dip down, it felt like I had like a tennis ball right there. And so like when I'd walk, it would be like walking on a tennis ball. So if you can imagine, I was in an immense amount of pain. And so I would kind of hobble. And I actually had like my boss at the time, he kind of like looked at me and shrugged and like kind of made like this smirk, and he was like, why do you walk like that? And it was something that like I didn't think anybody else noticed. And so like when he said that, like I was just like I didn't know what to say, and I'm super emotional. Like I'm well, not emotional, but like I'm super sensitive, so like I internalized it, and then it was just bad. It was super bad. Um so yeah, and like there would be nights that I would come home from work and I would be crying because like God forbid I needed to stay like an extra 30 minutes on my feet. They would be throbbing. I'd get home and like I think one time, like this is so embarrassing. One time my feet hurt so bad that my dad had to get a wheelchair because it was a cafeteria in a hospital. And so my dad had to get a wheelchair from like the emergency room and like wheel me out to the car because I physically could not walk to the car. Oh, it's so embarrassing. Um, and as you can imagine, I virtually had no dating life. Like, like I feel like I could have, but I didn't have a lot of confidence, and like I had a Tinder or whatever, and I've like always had like a Tinder, or like before there was like a Meet Me, um, that I would get on. I never really, well, honestly, I'm gonna be really honest. I don't think I've ever been like approached by the opposite sex, well, by any sex, I guess. I've never been like approached like, hey, do you want to go out sometime? Like, do you want to go out on a date? Blah blah blah. Like, I've never had that. And I don't know if it's because I'm super shy, and I just like if I'm in a group of like people or friends or whatever, I just always kind of distance myself. Um, but I've never had that happen, and I especially didn't have it then. But so what my idea would be of dating would be to go home after work and play on Tinder and find the one guy on Tinder that would be like, I just want somebody that's real and blah blah blah, and I don't mind what you look like, size doesn't matter. Like I would make sure, and like every guy that I would talk to, I would make sure that I'm like, and I would try to act like so confident about it. I'd be like, so I'm a bigger girl, I hope you don't mind. But that was like internalized by me because like I cared and I was like afraid that they were gonna be like, oh no, I don't want you, blah blah blah, or whatever. But or and the funniest thing though is I wasn't even real with like half the guys on Tinder. So I would take like really like up close pictures of my face, and sometimes I would even feel like my face looked way too chubby. So this is embarrassing. So I would like they have like so on like your phone it'll like it can like slim your face. I would do it so my face would be really slim in the picture so nobody would know I was like morbidly obese. And then I would like get all these nerves. Like if I went to go meet like my Tinder, like have my Tinder date or whatever, I'd be so nervous. Like, oh my God, they're gonna know that I have a really fat face. Like they're gonna know I edited my picture. And I mean sorry. So there were like a few guys that I met that like actually were kind of promising. Like it could have worked. Like I don't think that it was necessarily like my weight that held me back with them, but at the same time, it just never went anywhere. Um, so that was then. It was like actually a pretty miserable existence. So my friends, I loved hanging out with my friends, but a lot of times, to me, I would just I would just want to hang out and I want to watch TV. I wouldn't want to do anything active. I didn't want to. A lot of my friends would be like, "Hey, let's go hiking or let's do this or let's do that," and I just feel like I would always say yes because I didn't want to be like that stick in the mud, or you know what I mean. I didn't want them to know that my weight holds me back as much as it actually does. So I would just be yes, and I'd be like yes, and then I would be so miserable walking. I mean, oh, I had a friend where we'd walk around her neighborhood, and I secretly, like, I thank her so much for it. She has no idea how much pain I was in. Like, I was just like, I just want to sit down. I mean, but she was really trying to do what was best for me. So I really like that a lot. But a lot of times, like, being heavier and being super out of shape. Like, I remember going to the Tim McGraw concert, like, it was like 2 summers ago, and I went with my best friend and our other friend, and I remember like I could not keep up with them, and they were just walking so fast. So here are my friends, they're walking, and there's little old fat me. Hey guys, wait up! And I mean, they would like turn back and they'd look at me. They'd be like, "Come on!" And then we'd catch up or whatever, and they would just keep walking. I mean, and it wasn't them; it was me. I mean, they don't want to walk like a slug, but that was my pace, and it, it was cool. It was crazy. It was pretty crazy. It was not good. So it was a pretty miserable existence, and I knew things needed to change. Um, yeah, so leave that there. So now, I'm still in that like I'm nowhere where I need to be, but I'm nowhere where I have been, if that makes sense. So now I start off my day and I like could probably go without breakfast because that's not like my first thought in the morning. My first thought is, oh my God, I gotta get ready, gotta go to work, or because now I no longer work in the cafeteria. Um, I work in a doctor's office. And so I'm like, oh man, I gotta get ready. And a lot of times I really like, I'm not gonna lie, like 9 times out of 10, I don't even do my makeup for work. But that's not because don't have enough energy. That's because I'm just purely lazy. But So I'll wake up, I will go to work. Well, and a lot of times, like I will make sure I eat a breakfast because I know it is like an essential part of your day. But so what my breakfast usually includes is so I wasn't a coffee drinker at all before this job, but it did it to me. So I'll take a Premier Protein drink. It's only 2 points on my Weight Watchers, and it's super good. And I substitute it as like a mixed drink kind of thing, like with my coffee. So I'll go down to the cafeteria and I will get a coffee cup and I'll put ice, fill ice up to the top of the coffee cup. I will pour my Premier and then I will take some of the Starbucks and pour it in there. That way I kind of have like my own little iced coffee and it's super good and I don't have to waste any points on creamer or anything like that. And it actually keeps me full. So I do that now and I will typically eat like 2 hard-boiled eggs, which is they're 2 points each. So right now I'd be at 2, 4, 6 with the Premier Protein. I don't know why I'm using this to point, but and then usually, so I eat a lot of protein for breakfast, but then I'll grab like the little budding lunch meats. I'll grab that just because it's like a simple like grab and go kind of thing. So I'll eat that, and by the time I get to work, I'm energized and ready to go. Okay, and then while I'm at work, and I feel like I get along. Sorry, I'm trying to read my notes. They're a little messy, and I get along with my coworkers a lot. I'm still goofy, so I still get looks like who hired her? No, but in all honesty, I really like my new job, and it's a sit down job, so that's difficult or different rather, because you're sitting, so I'm not burning all those calories I was doing previously by running back and forth, because I mean the cafeteria was huge, like just the actual cafeteria and then back behind, there I go with that pin again, but it was huge. So doing this, it was a big shift, and I saw that like the difference on the scale, like the scale wasn't going down as much as it was, and I know it attributed to me not being able to like burning all those calories. So what I did is I took the initiative to now on my lunch break, I get an hour lunch break, so I'll hurry back, go to the lunchroom, and I pack my lunches just so I know like it's right there. I can hurry up and eat my food. Like a lot of times my lunches are like either a salad or like a stir fry or um, like a sandwich on a Slimwich bun or whatever. Just something kind of light, but something that'll fill me up. So I'll do that, and then I walk around the neighborhood that my hospital's in for 30 minutes, and I actually get a pretty good walk in. So it's pretty cool, and I like it, and it gives me a chance to like get out and just kind of be like, oh, there's a real world outside these four walls. I mean, I definitely love my job, but breaks are needed sometimes. Let's see. And then I will work out after work, and so I have a very strict schedule that I follow. I work out Monday through Friday, and by workout I mean I really, really work out. I will go to the gym as soon as, because we have a gym actually downstairs in the hospital, and I will go to the gym, and I will do like 45 minutes weightlifting, and because I really want to get some really like big guns so I can just like, no, but so I'll lift weights, and then I'll usually do 30 minutes cardio, and when it's nice outside I actually try to run because yeah, and I actually do all of this on the campus of my job because I know that once I go home I won't have the energy to do it, or I won't have that same spunk that I had, because it's like when you get off work, you're like, oh yeah, I'm just ready to get off and work out. You know what I mean? If you keep that in your head, like you like correlate like getting off with working out, it's pretty nice. So yeah. Okay, so I'll do that. And then on the weekends it's just kind of fun time. I do give myself a cheat meal on Saturday after I weigh in, because it keeps me on track. If I feel deprived, I'm not gonna do good. So I'll eat one bad meal, and it's probably not exactly what like the Weight Watchers way is, because you're supposed to track every meal. And I do track every meal usually, but there's one meal on Saturday that I just am kind of just like, let me do what I want to do. As far as my romance goes now, I definitely feel like, I mean, like I still don't get like approached by males, but I feel like them, like I can feel them looking at me, or like just the like smile at me, you know what I mean? It's just like little things like that. Like I haven't actually gotten to the point where they're like coming up and actually like, oh hey, like you look good, or you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not there yet, and that might just be something personal that I am dealing with, but I don't know. So, and as far as friendships go, they're going great, and I mean, with weight loss, I don't know. Maybe that's going to be something for a different video. But the friendships that I have kept throughout this weight loss journey are phenomenal. And it's actually funny because, so I told you about the group of girls that I've gone to the continent with. I went with one of the girls to, I don't want my computer to die. I went with one of the girls to a fair, like the state fair, and she is just like so thin and so like, to me, like fit, and like I don't know, I just, yeah. So we were walking around and she's like, man, we have to take a break, and I'm like, girl, I could have just kept going. And it's just funny like how like just in a year, like just everything flipped. So as far as that goes, like I'm a lot more active. I want to go out, I want to do stuff, and I'm happy. And that's kind of what this 80-pound weight loss has got for me. So like I said, I'm nowhere close to where I need to be, but I am a lot farther than where I started. So I know I'm blabbering and junk, and I'm a little new to this YouTube thing. So please be nice, comment, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter. And I will have the links below. Thanks, guys. Love you.